Welcome to Jackson Square. Today we're going to be talking about division representation. Our objective says, I can extend my knowledge of division to understand that A out of B is the same as A divided by B. What does that mean? What is division? So that's what we're going to learn today. So our first problem part says, A over B. That's how you normally would say A over B. But we're going to say A out of B. This is a fraction, A over B. You've seen it like this several times, but it's actually a division problem. It means A is being divided by B. A is being divided by B. So this fractions are division. I know, who knew? Fractions are division. What is division? Division is the process of splitting a number into equal groups. We want to split something into equal groups. So when we talk about splitting something into equal groups, that means one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you. We're evenly splitting something. All right. So let's look at an example. A family of 2 parents and 2 children order a pizza that comes with 12 slices. The family of 4 needs to divide the pizza evenly between them, so they each get 3 slices. This division problem can be written as, how can we write this division problem? There are 3 ways we can write division representation. So what do those 3 ways look like? So first of all, in our problem, we see that there are 12 slices, and we see that there are 4 people that we're dividing it by. So we know that we're dividing pizza among people. We're not splitting people and feeding the people to the pizza, right? So always make sure you're being conscious of what's being divided. What can you pass out? We're not passing out people to pizza. We're passing out pizza to people. So we can give 12 slices, one for you, one from you, one for you, one for me, to the 4 people. So our thing that we're dividing, our dividend, is the 12 slices. Our divisor is the 4 people. So when we think about writing our problem, we want to say 12 divided by 4. Because that's 12 slices that we're dividing by 4 people. Then we're going to write, when you are writing inside this bracket, the 12 goes inside, that's what is being broken up, and the 4 goes outside. That's how many people we're splitting it up amongst. Typically, when we read a book, we read from left to right. But this problem, when we're reading inside the bracket, we read from right to left. We read in the opposite direction. 12 is being divided by 4. A lot of times kids say it backwards. You guys read from left to right like a typical reading problem or sentence. But in this situation, we always read from right to left. So 12 is being divided by 4. Here, 12 is divided by 4. And in fraction form, our 12 is our numerator and our 4 is our denominator. This fraction bar, anytime you see a fraction bar from now on, know that that is a division symbol. 12 is being divided by 4. So let me go through and read them all. They all say 12 divided by 4, 12 divided by 4, 12 divided by 4. These are the 3 ways in which you can represent a division problem. And what are those things called? So again, there are 3 ways. Division can be represented 3 different ways. By division symbol. The symbol is called an oblus. This is called an oblus. Say it with me. Oblus. Oblus. It can be written with a fraction bar, and it can also be written with a bracket. Division can be written with a division bracket. Let's identify them with an obolus, with a fraction bar, or with a division bracket. These are the three ways that division can be written. Let's talk about the parts of a division problem. When we talk about a division problem, there are 4 parts. There's the number inside the house, it's called a dividend. The number outside of the house is called a divisor. The answer on top is called the quotient, and anything left over is called a remainder. So here's another representation with the words divisor is outside, dividend is inside, quotient is on top. When we write it in fraction form, it's going to be dividend on top and divisor on the bottom. Now remember, our fraction bar is a division symbol. Fractions are division. So let's jump into this vocabulary quickly. Dividend. Dividend is the number that is being divided. The number that is being divided is the dividend. That's the number inside of the house or on top of the fraction bar. Divisor. Divisor is the number that indicates how to divide or how to group the dividend. The divisor tells me how to group it. So when we talked about the family, I have 4 members of the family. Those were my divisors. So I had to take those 4 slices of pizza and divide it among 4 people. That's my divisor. Quotient is the result or the answer. Answer in a division problem is called a quotient. Make sure you know the answer to a division problem is called a quotient. Do you know the answer to a multiplication problem is called? I hope you got it right. The remainder is the quantity that is what? Left over. Anything that's left over is your remainder. So, the parts of a division problem. Dividend, the number being divided. Divisor, the number that indicates how to break up the dividend. Quotient, the answer to a multiplication problem. Remainder, the quantity left over. Remember, our dividend is the number inside of the house. Our divisor is the number outside of the house. Quotient is the number on top of the house or the division bracket. And a remainder is anything that's left over. What did we just learn? Recap. We learned that there are 3 ways in which division can be written. It can be written with an obolus, with a fraction bar, or with a division bracket. And these are the different ways in which you would place the dividend and the divisor. I hope this helps you understand division